Thanks for stopping by. This is the Daz to Unreal Bridge. This is free. Download this at Daz to Unreal Bridge. I'll put the link in the description. Here are some videos on how to do it. This Genesis 9 Essentials Starter Pack is free. It comes with the morphs that we're going to be using today. The Apple ARKit morphs are the same morphs that the Genesis 9 head uses. So they are all free. Daz is free. Unreal Engine is free. These morphs are free. So you can animate free. By the end of this video, you'll be able to animate a free character live in Unreal. All right. So we're gonna load up the Genesis 9 figure. And I'm gonna apply the feminine body morph to this just to show that it comes along with that. This is all within this essential starter pack. We're gonna go down to shaping in Daz, and we're gonna look for the feminine slider. We're going full body. And there it is. Turn it all the way up. Now we're going to add some materials. All this is included. You're going to want to make sure you have, if you're going to create a game in Unreal and have people play your game with the Daz character, you'll want to have the interactive license, just so you know. We're going to have a base shirt, and we're going to add some clothes so we can show this on YouTube. So we want to install the Daz plugin into Unreal. So we go to Send to Daz to Unreal, and then we're going to select the version. So when you install the Daz to Unreal bridge in the beginning with Daz Central, that creates the ability to do this. So you install plugin, it'll go through it, it'll install it, and then when you open up that version that you installed it to in Daz, you create a project, and then put a name for your project, create it. Once it's created, go to the plugins and look for Daz and make sure that's checked. When you add it, you'll want you to restart the project, restart it, and then Daz will be active in your project and you will be able to export. So go to File, Send to. Give your project a name. And we're going to add all these morphs. And these are from the head. So we're just going to click on head under pose controls. And we're going to add all of them. Because I don't want to search through the ones that we need right now. Make sure the allow double morph is checked. If not, you'll get a message saying we need to unconnect everything because you have some morphs that are tied to other morphs, and when they're used, it's going to double dip. Well, that's what we want. So make sure that thing is checked. Otherwise, it will not send all the morphs that we need over. So we got them over. Let's make sure they work. So these, so these are the ones we want. Jaw right, jaw open. You'll notice in Daz, they didn't have a jaw right and jaw left. This plugin separated them, and that's what we need. We need them separated. So that's something I was worried about. I was like, oh man, in Daz, you only have the jaw left, right. Well, for whatever reason, it broke them up. All right, so we're going to make sure we have all these plugins enabled. Apple ARKit, Apple ARKit Face Support, Live Link, Live Link Control Rig, We want all that. All right, we want a groom. We're going to be importing a metahuman, because the metahuman has a blueprint that we're going to steal from. All right, so we want to make sure our bridge is enabled, a Quixel bridge. This is all free. This is all within the Unreal Engine pipeline. This is all free. All right, so you go to your metahumans. You know, you don't even have to use Daz characters. You can use them. These guys are set up to use the Apple ARKit out of the gate. But, you know, what if we want to use our Daz characters? What if we know how to use ZBrush and we can, you know, use the base Genesis 9 model and work that mesh to a character that we want, and then we will have all these morph targets already on it. All right, so this is the blueprint that we want from the metahuman. The face, we go to face, we go to animation blueprint, and we want to use this magnifying glass. I always use the magnifying glass because it takes you to exactly where you want to go in Unreal. Because Unreal becomes, you know, there's a lot of files. You're dealing with a lot of assets and textures, and this is just a quick way to get, you know, to the folder that you want to get to, you know. So this live link pose, this is what we want, you know. Later on in the next video, we're going to steal all this other stuff from this is for the head movement and some teeth controls. But right now, really all we need is the live link thing in the very beginning. Node, live link node. All right, use live link pose. Live link pose, that's what we need. You'll see it has a retarget asset. We'll be dealing with that later. And none of this other stuff we're not going to be dealing with right now. This is all for head rotation. All right, so we're just going to take that live link pose. Well, first off, we need to create an animation blueprint to put that into, actually. So we're going to do that first. So we're going to create an animation blueprint. And we're going to select the Genesis 9 Daz skeleton. That's the one we just imported. You can see it on the right in the center of the screen. That's the same skeleton that we're choosing. Genesis 9 Daz skeleton. All right. And so it's creating that animation blueprint. We'll go ahead and name that something like Live Link Daz Animation Blueprint, ABP. And go ahead and open that up. My mouse, for whatever reason, on this screen capture is a little bit off to the left. So anytime I'm clicking, I'm clicking a little bit more to the right. So we would just want to have input pose coming from, you know, whatever blueprint or skeletal mesh is currently using this animation blueprint. So a pose will be coming in. We want to put that into the live link pose. And later on we'll connect our phone to Unreal so that we can select it there. But for now, we're going to go ahead and create a remap asset. And this is going to remap all the Apple ARKit names to the Daz morph names that we have in Daz 3D. And the only difference in the names from the Apple ARKit and Daz 3D morph targets is Daz 3D has spaces in between all their names, you know, which is fine. Why wouldn't you do that? Well, apparently because the Apple ARKit doesn't have any spaces, and when you put a character that has spaces in their morphs, all of a sudden it's not reading the morphs anymore because it's looking for an exact name. So we want to copy all these down, you know, and I'm going to put the link to that in the description, and we're going to one by one put these in here. But don't worry, you don't have to do that, because I did this in Unreal 5.0. So if you have Unreal 5.0, you can download this in the description. You know what? By the time this video is uploaded, I'll go ahead and export that to... I can export it to 5.2 and 5.4 as well. So I'll put those up in there as well. But if you have 5.1 or 5.3, you'll have to, like, you know, and you don't have 5.0, you'll have to download 5.0. Or, you know, just do this. Just follow the video and do it one by one. If you don't have enough space on your computer to install a whole other version of Unreal. Because, you know, there's only about 50 morph targets. Only. And I'm sure there's a better way to do this. I'm sure. The thing is, I don't know, maybe you could get the CSV of the morph targets from Daz when it's exported into Unreal. And you could import that into Daz, or import that into Unreal as a data table. And you might be able to do like a for each loop, so you have to do it one by one like that. Anyways, but you're gonna have to type the names in maybe. So anyways, you add that here. You click on the live link pose and add the retarget asset there. It's the one we just added. Okay. And now we're gonna go ahead and get on our iPhone, download the Live Link app, open the settings, go to Live Link Streaming, and get your IP address and port. And make sure your IP address matches the IP address on your computer that you're using Unreal on. And then in your project settings, go to the Apple ARKit plugin and make sure that Live Publishing port matches the publishing port number. It's like a 5-digit number here again. All right, so make sure your IP address and port number match everything. Go to Window, go to Virtual Production Live Link, and then it'll have your phone there. And then we're going to go back into the animation blueprint, and now you'll be able to add your phone right here. Hit compile, and then you can move your mouth. That's free. Just did that for free. And in the next video, we're going to make it so you can move the head. And most of it's just copy and pasting from the head animation blueprint from Oscar. So if you don't want to wait for the next video and you're feeling ambitious, go look in that blueprint and mess around with it. The only thing is you'll find that the axis the head moves on is different than the metahuman axis, so you'll have to play with those yaw, pitch, and roll values. So thanks for watching. Good luck.